Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Mickal Naps, aka Mr. Nappy Hair Boy, man. In today's video, man, we took his daughter's life to hide a dark secret, the story of Anna Matias. If you guys are new, man, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and share, man. We're on the road to 900 subs. Y'all know the vibes, man. Let's get it.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Happy Valentine's Day, Daddy. D-A-D-Y. I love you all.
Alright, not gonna lie, y'all, let's just go ahead and get to the video. Right here. Let's get to the video. I'm not worried about it, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to the video.
It's become a common plot device, but every once in a while, a story surfaces that reminds everyone that if you have trouble believing in any of these taboo tales, reality can be much more disturbing. Sometimes, the most horrific tale you could imagine can be unfolding right across the hall or in the apartment right next to you. And a lot of times, the person on the receiving end of that horror is a defenseless child who had nobody to help them escape. On today's episode of Evil Intentions, this is 12 Weeks, the story of Anna Matias.
Matias. Right, let's go there and get into this. Come on, man. What's up with the ad, man?
3 in New York City.
Come on. Hey, look, y'all. You finna get to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this, man. It should be a good video. Like I said, man, if I know, hit that like button, sub and share, man. Get your popcorn ready or anything like that. Let's go and get
She was born to her mother and a man by the name of Mickal Matias. According to Miguel's sister, Anna's mother and Mickal met as teenagers, but had an often troubled relationship. They were together for a while, but would separate sometime in 2003 or 2004. Anna was described by friends and family as a lively and well-dressed 8th grader. She had 2 siblings, plenty of friends in school, and she had dreams of one day becoming a model. Neighbors who knew Anna and her father stated that Anna seemed to be his favorite child. Miguel's sister said the same. By all accounts, Matias was considered a good father, known to often take his children to restaurants, buy them clothes, randomly purchase presents for them. When it came to Anna,
Hey, that's good though, cause look, I feel like as a father or as a man, like as men in this world, we're supposed to be leaders, we're supposed to be providers, we're supposed to protect our family. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to protect our family and stuff like that.
He was no different, treating her well and routinely giving her money to get her hair done or buy whatever she wanted. Now, of course, all the material possessions and money in the world don't make somebody a father. It takes much more than that. You can't buy the love of your children. But from the outside looking in, there just wasn't any reason to ever believe that Mickal wasn't a good father. To those who knew him from a distance, everything seemed to be great. But the truth is that Mickal Matias had a dark side, and it was one that his family had become quite familiar with. Down the line, Anna, her mother, and siblings...
You know what's crazy, y'all? What he said was true. Like, buying gifts and all that that doesn't mean like you know what I'm saying, you love somebody, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean, I feel like love somebody is by actions and stuff like that. I really feel like loving somebody is like being there for them, you know what I'm saying? Being there for them. Like if they're going through something, that's you being for them, stuff like that. I feel like that's like, you know what I'm saying?
Would move to Allentown, Pennsylvania. They would often come back to New York City to visit. That way Matias could see his kids. But it didn't always prove to be the best idea. According to reports, Matias had a long history of mental illness. On one occasion, said to be sometime in 2004, Matias was institutionalized and spent about a month in the hospital being observed. This was because while the family traveled from PA to Indiana to visit a relative, an argument took place, and in a sudden rage, Mickal would take gasoline and pour it all over the car that him and his family were driving in, and he was seconds away from lighting a match.
What? This week, some of his relatives tried to recall an incident in Pennsylvania when she tried to set a fire. So he tried to take his family's life. That's crazy, bro. Trying to set that car on fire with gasoline. Yeah, you need help. You did that, you either an evil person or you just mentally unstable. Like, you need some help.
And setting it on fire with him and his children inside. The children were obviously horrified, and in anticipation of what felt like the end, Anna's brother would say goodbye to her, believing that neither one of them would be alive after this. When Matias heard his son say goodbye to Anna, he snapped out of it. He didn't follow through. Now, after something as serious as this happening, it would have been justified to keep this man as far away from these children as possible, at least until he had his issues worked out and he was properly evaluated. That way they were sure that he was fit to take care of his kids. And even then, supervised visits would have been the smart thing. But somehow, for whatever reason, Miguel Matias was granted unsupervised visits on the weekends, and that one decision would lead to a very horrible ending for Anna.
What?
By this point,
if he's like mentally unstable or like stuff like that, like he gets unsupervised like visits, but he gets his kid like nobody's like watching or like supervising. Yeah, see, like if somebody has kids, but then also they're like mentally unstable or something like that, where you know what I'm saying they need like supervision, that's dangerous because you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen because that's dangerous. So that's really dangerous.
It was known that Matias was in need of some type of therapy to try and cope with his issues. According to reports, it was said that people close to the family witnessed Matias' dark side often. There were times where Anna got home too late, and it would result in Miguel beating her in the hallways while neighbors looked on. He was also said to on occasion have beaten Anna's siblings.
Like, if you're a neighbor, you're just gonna let him beat on his daughter and his kids. You're gonna sit there and look. Come on, like at least do something. I understand, like it's not your problem, but at least like do something to like help the situation. I understand, but like, come on now, you cannot just sit there and witness it and not do nothing.
And when he hit them as if they were grown adults that he was fighting, resulting in them being physically injured, frightened, and depressed. The time that Matias tried to set his kids on fire shed light on the fact that his anger and temperament had reached new levels. Matias would soon seek psychiatric help because he was very aware that there was something wrong with him. He would apply for Medicaid insurance in order to get the help he needed, but he was denied coverage, so no way to receive help. The history of violence is what destroyed this man's relationship with Anna's mother to begin with, and in 2008, Anna's mother began seeing someone new. Her and Miguel were separated, and there was no reason for her to not live her life. But Matias didn't take this news lightly, and his anger about it would end up resulting in a tragedy that not only shocked everyone who heard about it, but also made them sick to their stomachs. On Friday...
Yo, that's the thing, man. I really feel like if somebody knows that they need help and they're like mentally unstable, get them some help, because they're not just saying that. Because if they don't get help, that's gonna lead to something even bad, even tragic, where they're gonna probably go murder somebody or this and that, do something bad. So where then when they're like to think about it, oh, they were thinking about it, oh, this could have been prevented if we just got him or her the help that he needed. Because sometimes mental health is important. Health is important. So if somebody acknowledges like they know, oh, they need help me. Get them some help.
Friday, February 15th of 2008, Anna and Miguel Matias spent the night on the phone with Miguel's sister as the three of them played online games on the computer. Miguel and Anna in their apartment, and Miguel's sister in her own apartment. Miguel resided at 1005 Walton Avenue in the Bronx, which is where Anna would visit him. He was also the superintendent to the building. The night was filled with laughs and nothing seemed out of the ordinary. They hung up the phone and ended the night. It's unclear how quickly things escalated, but the result was heinous. It was said that the basement of the building had a room where Matias kept surveillance cameras and the computer. Anna would sometimes lock herself in that room and use the computer to talk to friends. On this night, Matias would supposedly walk in on Anna while she was messaging a boy. The nature of the message was said to be explicit, and when Matias saw this, he just couldn't contain his rage. He would begin to attack Anna savagely, tying a knot on an extension cord and wrapping it around Anna's neck from behind, pulling as hard as he could, choking the life out of his own daughter. Once Anna was lifeless, he would take her body and place it.
What? Just because she was messaging a boy and it was explicit, you took his daughter's own life and choked her to death with an extension cord? Yeah, that just seemed like an evil person, and mental health, but like, how was he able to get unsupervised visits for his kids? Like, that does not make any sense. Like, how did like the system, the judge would have even like given unsupervised visits? Like, that doesn't make any sense. If they know he has past like dark secrets in the past, and like, you know what I'm saying, has like mental problems like that. What?
In the incinerator in the boiler, setting her body on fire. Then he went back upstairs to his home like it was nothing. The following morning at around 8:30 a.m., Matias would make a call to his sister telling her to come over. When she arrived, he would explain that he had brutally taken Anna's life, and he told her how. She couldn't believe.
She was 14. She didn't even able prom, nothing like that, play sports, nothing, graduate high school, nothing, y'all. Like, this is 14, bro. Like, what?
Believe what she was hearing. Bro. He would also make a call to his cousin.
I killed Anna. Like, bro,
telling him what he had done. Bro. His cousin made his way to the location as fast as he could, and he ran straight to the basement. He said he looked for about 1 second, and what he saw scarred him, because he saw Anna's charred remains. He couldn't look anymore. He was in shock. Finally, Matias would make a call to 911 at around 10:30 a.m., telling them what he had done. At first, he would tell officers that he left Anna's body in a nearby wooded area. They found nothing, but when they searched the basement to the building where he lived, they made the sickening discovery. When police officers found Anna's body, she was still on fire. Matias was arrested.
Her body was still on fire? Bro, what? She was only 14, bro. Only 14. 14 years old, bro. She was only 14 years old, bro. And her body was still on fire. That's... bro.
And when questioned, he would continue to talk about what he had done to Anna. He would mention how his first instinct was to beat Anna to death with a baseball bat, but he didn't want to get blood everywhere, so he choked her instead. You wouldn't believe how heavy a dead body is. I almost shit my pants carrying her. He would also say, I killed my daughter. I want to do 30 to 50 years. Authorities who had seen it all were still...
Oh, what? See, if he's saying he did this, I want to serve 30 to 50 years. Yeah, that means he is mentally unstable too, because stuff like this, if you're telling the police this, oh, you want to serve 30 to 50 years, they're going to know there's something wrong with you in the year.
Left stunned at these statements. But the information that would be discovered much later was just about the worst thing imaginable. More than a year later, charges of sexual assault were added to his other charges of second-degree murder. And this is because when they ran DNA tests on Anna, they would discover that she was 12 weeks pregnant, and the father of the child was Mickal Matias.
What? What? She was 12 weeks pregnant, and her own father was the one. Oh, nah, no. That's
her
crazy.
Own father. At some point, Matias would begin taking advantage of his own daughter, grooming her and engaging in unspeakable acts with her. It's unclear if she knew that she was pregnant or if he knew. Mickal Matias would admit to authorities that his entire reason for taking Anna's life that night was to get back at her mother because she moved on. The kids were not...
What? How was getting back at the mother? You killing your own daughter. Not only you did that, you know what I'm saying? You said, I don't want to say the word because I don't know what's going to happen on here, but not only did he did that, he got his own daughter pregnant. She was 12 weeks. I don't know if they knew, but she was 12 weeks. Nah, bro. There's no way. There's
Not at fault,
There's no
he
way,
said.
bro.
Matias' sister would also state that she believed this to be the reason, but with the news of his sickening behavior with his own daughter being revealed, many would begin to ask themselves if this terrible act of rage was really driven by wanting to get back at the mother, or if this man was simply jealous of his own daughter being with someone who wasn't him. While in holding, Miguel Matias would make attempts on his own life, trying to escape the responsibility for what he had done. He was ordered to get evaluated at Bellevue to see if mental instability was truly a factor. He was deemed fit to stand trial. Miguel Matias was sentenced to life in prison for his sickening acts, but he would die behind bars in 2011. When it comes to what it means to be a doting father, words like protect, nurture, and trust come to mind.
If he died in 2011, that means one of the prisoners, one of them inmates in there, they got him, bro. Be honest, because once you in there and then learn what you did, especially to children, come on now, yeah.
But what if all that has been lost? What's a child to do when the person that should be providing them with love and protection is the same person that they need to be protected from? It's hard to imagine what Anna's life could have been like. Had this man done his job as a father, she could have grown up to live out her dream and be a model, or who knows, maybe take a whole new trajectory in life. But she'll never have that chance. Or things could have gone a much darker route, and she could have had that child, and who knows how that would have affected her for life. It's truly hard to imagine the suffering that she must have been going through. More than once, Anna was placed back in the care of a person who displayed all the signs. Why was he given visitation rights when all those around saw the rage that was beginning to slowly build in him? Why was it okay for him to be around these children without being properly evaluated? Why was he allowed to be around these children after attempting to take their lives one time already? Questions I'm sure many are asking themselves as they hear this. But sadly, all the questions in the world can't bring Anna back. Anna would have been 29 years old. Rest in peace to Anna Matias.
She would have been 29, bro. She probably would have had kids, had a little family. That's crazy. She would have been 29, y'all. 29, bro.
You aren't forgotten.
29. Hey, RIP, man, to Anna, man. RIP to her, man. Fuck her dad, man. Fuck that, man. Fuck that nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck, man. RIP her, man. If you guys like this video, man, to my Nappy squad, man, I'll see y'all, man, when I see y'all.